That's Dr. YaYa.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? You guys know what it is. It's me. Greetings to you guys. Good to see you. So, this is going to be quite interesting. This is our after Valentine's Day edition. Oh my gosh. I have so much to say. I really, really do. But before we get into it, I always start off with what am I giving you? Your good girlfriend, your Judy, the one you can come to for the truth, right? 30 minutes of practical wisdom and common sense. And I affirm that on this day, every lesson you needed to learn, you learned it. And it served you well. It motivated you and allowed you to push forward. And every bit of motivation that you needed to inspire you, to lift you up and let you try again, you got that as well. So here we are. This is the day after V-Day. And every time I say V-Day, I don't think Valentine's, I think venereal disease. But y'all, excuse me for that. I don't know why that always pops up in my mind. It could be because that could be an aftermath of Valentine's Day, right? You know how they say whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Well, not venereal disease. But anyway, let's get right into it. So I don't know how people feel about Valentine's Day, but it doesn't really mean anything to me. I'd like to know why it means so much to women, right? So how you doing, Soup Bone? So I posed this question. I put this question out and I said, why is Valentine's Day so important to women? What is this whole thing about? What's going on? And some people had some very interesting things to say. Okay? And I'm going to tell you a few things. How you doing, Mr. Moore? I'm going to tell Brother Moore. I'm going to tell you a few things, right? And then we're going to break down because, that's what we do over here. This is what we do on Ask Dr. YaYa. I think I have some of the best people that come in here and who support me, and I appreciate all of you. Why? Because we are thinkers. We are critical thinkers. We get active and we deal with some things. You already know, Soup Bone. You see, you can tell. You can tell. You can just tell when people know. you can just tell who you vibe with. People know where you are, what you're going to do. Why? Because I like for everyone who comes on this channel to be on one accord, to know that we're all talking about the same thing. Because why? We don't want you confused. We don't want you confused over here at all. And so this is what we do. How you doing, Voice of Reason? What's going on, family? So I had asked a question and I received a lot of interesting things. One of which is this, before we break down the many stories about this so-called Saint Valentine. Okay. So I asked the question, I said, listen, what's really going on? Why do women, most women, because I never have got into, I'm not really a holiday person in any way, especially this commercialized stuff just to get money out your pocket. So a lady says, if your lady agrees and says that Valentine's Day isn't important, she's just trying to save face. It's hurtful and embarrassing to be forgotten while all other women are being celebrated. See, right there, that lets me know that this is a woman who is not emotionally intelligent. I'm just going to put it out there. EQ is just as important as your IQ. So we're not going to play any type games. Okay? So she's telling you that when your woman says that, don't believe her. So right there, she's saying several things to me because I'm telling y'all, I am a student of human behavior. It's what I do. She's saying, one, when a woman says something, she means something else. Men already think women are quite confusing as it is. And so she's putting it out there that when she says don't get her anything, get her something. So that tells men that you really don't have to listen. Just do your own thing. That's not healthy because communication is key. Most of us mean what we say and say what the hell we mean. I'm just putting it out there. But here this woman says, if your woman is telling you that Valentine's Day is not important, don't listen to her. Okay, she's just trying to save face. Well, let her save her face. There's nothing wrong. Even if she is trying to save her face, let her save it. It's her face to save. Then the next part, it's hurtful and embarrassing to be forgotten while all other women are celebrated. Listen, so you're worrying about what the next person is doing in their house. That's a problem. That's a problem for many relationships. You're worrying about the Joneses. And so you're nudging him saying, well, you see, Mr. Jones, oh, he just had flowers delivered to the house. How come I can't get flowers? Niggers. It's because I can't afford flowers to be delivered. I can go pick you some up. We can run to the Kroger real quick and you can grab whatever plant you like out of there. Whatever you decide to do, you do it. Right? But stop comparing me to the Joneses. Stop comparing me to the Browns. We are not living like the Williamses, right? We do what we do. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. They don't understand that. Certainly for a lot of women who think this day, Valentine's Day, is this huge thing. And they only think like that because of how commercialized it is. That's the only reason why they think like that. Seriously. They don't know the history. They don't know what's really going on. They don't understand these types of things. They just do it because hell mama did it. My auntie is doing it. My friend, got some nice shoes and a handbag. And what did I get? A teddy bear and some chocolate. They're just so worried about, right? Really worried about what somebody else is doing. But that's what social media has done for us. That's what it's done. And that's what it continues to do. We got to get out of that. Voice of reason, I certainly agree with that. I don't want my woman synced with the low vibrational people in this brainwashed, indoctrinated system. Certainly. Absolutely not. So because we have some things to unpack, and I'll be showing you guys a video. Those of you who are not watching, but listening, you will hear this particular video. This happened about a year ago. But let's break down some things about Valentine's Day, right? The Saint Valentine. And understand something. There are over 10,000 saints in the church, over 10,000. And I know what some of you are going to say. Some of you are going to say, listen, I'm not a part of the Catholic Church, so that doesn't apply to me. Listen, every church that you're in, your foundation is based on Catholicism. We just going to be real. You can't talk about Peter and not understand and love Peter without understanding that he is the founder of the Catholic Church. Let's just be real, because I'm going to reach you where you are. Okay? So out of 10,000 saints in the church, we're going to deal with this so-called Saint Valentine. Because apparently people seem to think that he was so wonderful and awesome. And he was just, he was the saint for lovers. He did so much for lovers. Yeah. Okay. Understanding something. At that time, the church was in a hurry to push and give you miracles and martyrs. Okay. So that meant anytime someone professed that they were a believer and they got killed by the so-called establishment, they could be considered a saint. I know all you got to do is say you love Jesus and somebody hangs you and all they need is your name on the roll. But that's how it was back then, because again, they were giving you more of what they desired for you to have so people could turn away from this pagan ritualistic type stuff. We understand that. That's how in the hell we got Saint Nick. That's how we got this Christmas thing, which we knew wasn't really about Christmas, but it was about partying and orgies. But in order to get your focus off of that and convert you, I got to give you an equal thing to make it appear holy. I'm just telling y'all, look, don't kill the messenger. I'm trying to make this as clear as I possibly can. So now back to Valentine. So there were 3 martyrs actually named Valentine. And understand that these are not, how do they put, and they will let you know this. They'll tell you things like this, and I'm going to let you know this ahead of time while I discuss these so-called 3 saints. They say it doesn't matter because there's no verifiable history, but this is a matter of faith. This is a matter of faith, right? So keep that in mind. No verifiable history, but it's a matter of faith for those who believe. Imagine that. So they say this first Valentine they have in mind has a pretty dodgy background, as it were, right? So he was a Jesuit. Okay. He was a Jesuit and he was put to task. In so many words, someone told him, they said, listen, since you believe and you're a so-called Christian, what we're going to need you to do is lay hands on this child. You know, we need you to lay hands on a child because they're blind, and we want you to heal her blindness. Yeah, that's it. So he takes up the challenge, and understand something. This was a life and death situation. So they say he laid hands on this young child and he healed her blindness, because of course, anytime people in the church lay hands, they lay hands on your grandmama and she still got gout when she get back home. But back then, I guess they had all the power. So he lays hands on the child recovers, and the emperor finds out about it and he cuts his head off, right? Cuts his head off. So they put him down as a saint. Imagine that. The second Valentine, they said it was more, and although this Saint Valentine was not romantic, we're gonna get up to the fact of how he became such a romantic figure in this day and age. So the second one is kind of familiar, you know, kind of like the one that we hear most of the time. You know, these medieval legends. That's what the church wanted you to have, again, because the church wants to give you miracles and martyrs. So they said it was people in prison, right? And this particular Valentine would give love letters from one prisoner to the next, you know, because he couldn't contact his love, and it was illegal. Now that's a story that y'all heard. That's a story that's circulating right now, that this absolutely happened. And he was, one letter, a prisoner that was getting ready to be executed was writing letters to his lover, and Saint Valentine was there to deliver, right? Absolutely not. Never happened. I know, killing the dream of romance, but it didn't happen. Right? So, how did we get here? How did we get to the place where this so-called Saint Valentine is seen as the saint of lovers, and people just wanting to be celebrating him so much? Well, more than likely, it started with the writer Shakespeare. You know, Shakespeare got his hand all over religion and what people do today. But that's another episode. Shakespeare wrote in Hamlet when Ophelia was in. Remember, Ophelia said, "I am Hamlet's Valentine," right? All hell broke loose after that. So they tried to put two and two together, and ever since then, Hallmark has gone crazy. The Hershey Chocolate Factory and Cadbury have been marketing their ass off because of it. And that's how we got here. No viable proof, just medieval legend. And because, I mean, hell, they already have over 10,000 saints. You got to give them something to do. So they gave it to him to do. How wonderful is that? Again, they would tell you that this is a matter of faith. You just have to believe that he was the patron saint of lovers. Although he was not romantic, couldn't be married, probably was gay. But anyway, that's another story. We're going to we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. So apparently, women get hot under the collar when they don't get what they want on this so-called Valentine's Day. That's supposed to be for lovers, which we absolutely know has no credence to it. Right? You're just doing it because you have been indoctrinated, like Voice of Reason said, you've been indoctrinated to do it, so you absolutely do it. But what happens when you don't get what you want? What happens when you don't get what you want? Well, let's find out, shall we? Let's take a look at this and listen closely.
What the fuck is this shit?
I could have kept my motherfucking money.
I said booty shorts. These is not no fucking booty shorts.
You know what?
I don't want none of this shit. This is not the fuck. I ain't asked for none of this shit. I ain't asked for none of this shit. The fuck? Goofy as hell. This is not the fuck I asked for. Damn. One simple thing I said. All I wanted was a fucking Pandora fucking chain, the earrings, and a fucking ring. That's all I wanted. You come bringing all this unnecessary goofy ass shit. I didn't want this shit.
Okay, did you hear that? Could that be heard? Did you hear the video? Greetings, Carl. How you doing? Did you hear what was said? Did you see the reaction? Of what happened when a woman did not get what she wanted on Valentine's Day? I think we need to see it again. Do y'all think we need to see it and hear it again? Because we are really going to unpack this. I think this is something that really needs to be discussed. She said she asked for booty shorts. That's what she said. She said, I didn't ask for none of this. You goofy. She was so angry, she was clapping. Did y'all? Did y'all hear that clap? You know what? I think we ought to see it again, just to be clear. You know, hear it again, just to be clear, so we can have the discussion, so we can get active. Right? Okay, we're gonna do it again for the one time.
Please. What the fuck is this shit?
I could have kept my motherfucking money.
I said booty shorts. These is not no fucking booty shorts.
You know what?
I don't want none of this shit. This is not the fuck. I ain't asked for none of this shit. I ain't asked for none of this shit. The fuck? Goofy as hell. This is not the fuck I asked for. Damn. One simple thing I said. All I wanted was a fucking Pandora fucking chain, the earrings, and a fucking ring. That's all I wanted. You come bringing all this unnecessary goofy ass shit. I didn't want this shit.
Bam. Okay. Let's get active. So he gives her gifts, right? He gives her more than one gift. In fact, I believe it was 4 gifts that she had been given. But because it was not what she specifically asked for, she put him in a position to where he said, hell, I could have kept my money. I could not have spent a thing. So she wanted, yeah, Cosmic. She wanted booty shorts and Pandora. I didn't even know what the hell Pandora was. I had to go look it up. Apparently it's jewelry, right? So that's what she wanted. And she was angry about those booty shorts. Most women would appreciate her man going, because she had Victoria's Secret, her man actually going into a Victoria's Secret, getting her size and buying her something out of the store and bringing it back to her. She threw the bag on the floor. You understand me? She said, I asked for booty shorts. I didn't get booty shorts. What? What? These are not booty shorts. No, they're panties. Probably something that you really need. Probably something you can say, oh, baby, you know, you remember my size. She didn't even think about that. I need booty shorts and some Pandora jewelry. That's what I asked for. And you didn't get that. You're so goofy. That's what she called him. You goofy. Trash. I didn't ask for none of this stuff. I mean, just berated the guy. Dogged the guy. Now let's get real active. Had that been a man, we can ready to go somewhere tonight. Had that been a man, say it's his birthday, right? And she comes in. She comes in. That is no excuse for her to be disrespectful, Carl, just because he didn't listen. Maybe he couldn't afford what she wanted. Maybe he didn't know where to go to get it. That's no reason to be ungrateful because you don't get what you want. No reason. He should have broke up with her on the spot. You certainly don't date those type of women, and you don't want to be married to them. So getting back to this, say it was a guy, his birthday, and she comes in and she says, you know what? I know my babe, he's probably going to need some fresh t-shirts. He's probably going to need he's probably going to need some new shoes. You know, yeah, this is what I desire for him to have. And so she brings it to him. And he says, look, I didn't ask you for this. I didn't ask you for this. I didn't want damn Puma shoes. I asked you for Adidas. What? I don't want this. And he throws it on the floor. Right? Let me tell you what Sister Girl would do. She is going to call up her friends and her mama, her sister, whoever she's close to, and say, he was so disrespectful and verbally abusive to me. He is so ungrateful. He does not love me. He disrespected me so bad. I can't take this no more. That's what she would do. We're just going to be real about it. That's what she would do. She would say that. Had a man responded to a woman the way that she responded to this man, there'd be a great issue. Oh, girl, and her friend, oh, girl, he is so abusive. He said that to you? And your hard-earned money? You know, they like to run to, well, you know, it's the thought that counts. Well, apparently not. Apparently thoughts don't mean a damn thing. Because I need booty shorts in hand. Right? I need Pandora in hand. Carl says, after 46 years, I have bought undesirable gifts, but never with that outcome. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think at some point we have given an undesirable gift or received one, but that type of outcome, I have never, well, I've really not gotten angry at anyone and clapped when I talk. I didn't ask for this. That's just something I have not done. I've never taken something and just thrown it on the ground after someone has given me something. That's just something I haven't even thought about doing it at all. Not at all. But apparently that's the thing to do. I want you guys to like this video, share this video, especially over there on YouTube. I would certainly appreciate it. So the woman says, I don't want none of this ish. Right? I don't want this. That's not what I want. Subon says, and this is a very good question. Let's talk about it. Why she requested him to get her booty shorts. Something is wrong with that picture. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong with that picture. She wants booty shorts, so when she turns her ass to the camera to put it on social media, she thinks it'll look good. That's why. And the other issue with that is you don't have to wait for Valentine's Day to buy booty shorts. Are booty shorts that expensive? Cosmic, let me know. You said you you did a little investigation. I mean, do they cost that much? Right? Kyle says maybe he likes her in them. Well, guess what? If he liked her in them, he'd have bought them. Right? He'd have bought them. He probably like booty shorts. I don't, look, I mean, think about it, Kaz. Even you had to go and say in Google booty shorts. Right? Oh my goodness. Booty shorts, $12.99. I'm like Soup Bone. Soup Bone, you know the issue? He probably didn't get the booty shorts because he knew what she wanted them for. He knew. He's like, I'm not spending my money so you can turn your ass to the camera. I'm going to buy you these 5 pairs of panties for $30 from Victoria's Secret, and you better make it work. Right? I think it was for other men too. I absolutely do. I think it was for other men. But she was angry. She was upset. So upset to the point that you guys check out when she started yelling, the baby started crying. So you're just going to traumatize everybody in the house. because you didn't get what you wanted for Valentine's Day. Because you didn't get what you wanted. So now you have to verbally disrespect him and treat him like trash because of it. But again, had the shoe been on the other foot, and had it been this man's birthday, and he said, I don't want any of your stuff, she'd have cried her eyes out, called up everybody she knew to tell them how worthless he was. Oh, yeah, she'd have told it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. She'd have let him know. She would have let them know. If he would have jumped out and said, I didn't ask for these shoes, I didn't ask for any t-shirts, I wanted a TV. That's what I wanted. Oh, it would have been a problem. Big problem. Huge problem. Big issue. But this is what most men, most people in general, most men in particular, have to go through when you're dealing with ungrateful people. And she's just ungrateful. Her parents failed her. All over a commercialized so-called holiday that has absolutely nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. But because everyone else is doing it, because everyone else is getting it. Remember what the first young lady said? Told you about that social media thing earlier. Well, if your lady agrees and says Valentine's Day isn't important, she's just trying to save face. Her. It's hurtful and embarrassing to be forgotten while all other women are celebrated. Utterly ridiculous. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm going to tell you some other things that they've turned this so-called day into before I get out of here. So now we have St. Valentine's Day. We understand being touted as a day for lovers, which is total garbage. We now have the other aspect of people saying, well, St. Valentine's Day is really for all people. You just love unconditionally. That's for the single folks who feel worthless on that day. Isn't that something? If we look at some statistics and we discuss it, they say people, single women in particular, are depressed on Valentine's Day. And I think, and I understand, and I know that that comes from the commercialization of this whole thing. That if you don't have anyone, if you're single on Valentine's Day, you have to be worthless. But it just showed me the woman who was very ungrateful. She's worthless, and she had a man. Right? So now they have this new thing for singles. You know what? It's just not about lovers. It's about all love, because all love is good love. And, love yourself. It's about self-care. And so what? You don't have that man to bring you flowers. You go out there and you buy you some flowers, girl. What the hell? Has it come to that? Does my self-care have to be wrapped around what somebody else has gotten from someone else? And so now yesterday I saw all of these single women. I'm not single. I may be single from having a man, but I have all the love and support of my family and friends. That's great. You have it. You don't have to make an excuse about it. You don't have to be that way just because a day tells you that someone has to absolutely love you and bring you all these chocolates and bring you all of these gifts and these teddy bears and take you on trips and buy you jewelry. Right? So now you're making an excuse because your anxiety is high. You have high anxiety because you don't have a lover. And so someone said, what? So you're not being celebrated, girl? Nobody is loving you like that? You can't one up your friends. Your friend says, oh, he bought me a car. And then you can say, oh, well, I'm going on a trip to Hawaii. You can't do that. So now your worth, your self-worth is based on one day out the whole year. And so because of that, because it's causing anxiety and depression, you now have to give yourself a damn pep talk about who you are. Y'all have got to be shitting me. Excuse my language. This is crazy. Utterly ridiculous. Period. Just to convince yourself that because you're single on Valentine's Day, that you're not worthless. Wow. I tell you, they don't call it TV programming for nothing. Because this is doing some serious programming. Serious programming. That's crazy. Y'all, we going to listen to this video one more time, and I'm going to get up out of here. This is crazy. Utterly ridiculous. But we're going to let Miss Thing ride us out. We want to hear one time, what for the one more time, about how she didn't get what she wanted to get.
Please. What the fuck is this shit?
I could have kept my motherfucking money.
I said booty shorts. These is not no fucking booty shorts.
You know what?
I don't want none of this shit. This is not the fuck. I ain't asked for none of this shit. I ain't asked for none of this shit. The fuck? Goofy as hell. This is not the fuck I asked for. Damn. One simple thing I said. All I wanted was a fucking Pandora fucking chain, the earrings, and a fucking ring. That's all I wanted. You come bringing all this unnecessary goofy ass shit. I didn't want this shit.
And there we have it. One more time. Absolutely crazy. We have to do better. We certainly have to be better. I thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I'll see you on the next episode. And remember, you are loved, you are valued, and you are appreciated.